Warm greetings out of Stellenbosch, South Africa. I don't know when last have you done some renovations, but I'm telling you, when you renovate in a home, it's always very frustrating to have everything, the project like half finished. Everybody just want it finished now. And you find that everybody's so slow on the project and you want everybody just to do it in one day because it's such a mess. This is the truth. Well, God is busy rebuilding the third temple. Yes, we are all looking outside for the third temple, but God is busy with this temple. And He's busy daily to take out the old stones with the old mindset, with the old beliefs, and He's putting in new stones with the Christ likeness, the living stones. He's taking out the dead stones and He's putting in living stones, stones of life, stones that vibrate a frequency of life. Now, daily in the Kingdom Coaching, this is what we are busy doing. Take out the old, put in the new. Take out the old, put in the new. Nobody's eyes are on me, but we are all looking unto God. Now, a building stone that I want to talk to you about today is an attitude. This is not an easy one, because when you're in renovation, you can quickly get an attitude of, I'm getting frustrated. I'm really getting angry. I'm getting angry when the people are not here early in the morning. I want them to start early and whatever. But this is a process, and you just cannot rush the process. Certain things need to be done in certain times. Now, if you miss one of those steps, it's a disaster. So you need to just follow the rules of the builder or whoever is in charge of that project. So one building stone that God literally keep on talking to me about is an attitude. What's your attitude? Because God is busy and we want it done today, but He's in a process with us. Now, I like the word in Philippians 4 verse 8. It says this, and now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. So He says you're busy building, but there's a final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true. Not what the enemy tells you, but what God is saying. What is honorable. We spoke about honor yesterday. What is right. What is pure. What is lovely. Admirable. Think about all these things that are excellent and worthy of praise. He's actually saying, get a mood board. He says, looking at this, looking at God's kingdom, looking into God's eyes, see the end results, looking at those things and bring that to earth. Don't see what you see. Don't look at the renovation half the way, seeing the end. Start seeing the glory of God through that person. It's not always easy, but God says this is how you're going to do it. This is a final thing. You need to do it this way. So it's an attitude. It's actually, we find many times, even in marriages, in relationships, there are seasons. And you know what? You can stay longer than you're supposed to in a winter season. Now, my friends in the USA, I just see all the snow, and I'm so happy that I wasn't here in the United States this January, because I see it was a really, really cold one. But, you know, you can't push a season. If you just put your short sleeves on, it's not going to change the season. A season is a season, but God is saying in the Spirit, you can change a season even with an attitude. Your attitude in the winter season can determine a situation. So many a time you stay longer in a season because of an attitude. Maybe you spend a long, great time in the winter season because of negative attitudes, negative emotions, negative thoughts. Do you know those are witchcraft? Do you know that you bewitch people if you think negative things and you think ugly things about them? And this is why Christ say, turn it in a blessing. Turn it in a blessing. When you think of somebody that hurts you, start blessing them. So when you're in the midst of that winter, It's sometimes very hard to change an attitude if you look at a person. But that's why God says, don't look at the situation. Don't look at the renovation. Look at your mood board. Look at the kingdom. Think of these things, which is pure, which is honorable, which is lovely. He says, think of those things, which is right, which is true. What is true? What God says about that person, that is true. And you know, sometimes if we in that negative attitude, it really puts frustration and strain on relationships if we look only at the renovation and not at the end result. So in that, we have a tendency to blame. You know, it's their fault that I'm not happy. It's their fault that this is not like, it's their fault. I have learned very hard way, and I'm not saying I get it right always, but in the middle of reservation, and you need to bath or shower in the middle of the renovation and nothing is right and it's still in process, to start thanking God for the end result. Thanking God for there's a way out, that He made a way where there seems to be no way. So changing your thoughts, this is what He says, will change your attitude. So as long as you stay in darkness, it will get darker. But the moment when you start changing, and this is why He says the last thing, change your thoughts, change your mind. Yes, you can do it with Christ within. You can do it. So this is how. Look at the end result. Look at something good right now. Look at how, wow, I have a home. I still have this. I still have a body. I still have so much to be thankful for. Start seeing something good. Start seeing something true, something honorable. Look at something lovely in somebody. So focus on the warmer climate. Focus on the warmer things, on the kind things. Now, how do I do that? Start expressing honor. Start expressing appreciation. Start expressing a positive attitude, even if it is just fixing your eyes on the end result. Already fixing your eyes on the end result. So I have learned that if I'm going to fix my eyes on the darkness, I'm getting dark. But if I turn my eyes to Christ, to His light, and I start thanking Him for the things that I don't have yet, calling the things that are not as though they are, bringing kingdom in, an attitude change. But if you stay in that, you keep yourself in darkness. And if you stay long enough in darkness, you become toxic. And the more toxic you become, the darker you become. And everything around you will be dark. And life will be just about you and your happiness and all about you. But the moment when you start reaching out to others, maybe you are in a place where you're really down and out. Start reaching out. Start blessing someone else. Start looking into someone else's eyes and thanking, appreciate. Just be thankful for something today, in this day. I think this is what Paul was saying, changing your attitude. He says, one final thing, dear brothers and sisters, fix your eyes on these things. And he's actually saying everything will change for you. So don't only look at the negative, but start seeing something good in somebody today. What do you think will happen to your marriage or to your relationship with your children if you start seeing something good in them? And honor them for what you see, something good. Sometimes people are so dark and they feel so sorry for themselves that it's difficult to see the light in them. Well, put on the light for them. Put it on for them by seeing something good in them. Daily, thank you, Lord. I have so much to be thankful for. I have so much reason for hope if I just look in your eyes. And this is what we together today say, Lord, thank you. You are the hope. of glory. Christ within, our hope of glory. My dear friend, God's will, we'll speak again.